Now I just remind myself that I've forgotten to change one thing. If we open ckeditor and config.js, you can see that the path to the file browser is wrong here. Obviously, we need to provide admin, then we have ckeditor, and it's inside of the plugins folder. So we need to obviously amend it accordingly. So all these three variables should have the same path. So now if I save the file, close it, we can close the ckeditor browser, ckeditor folder. Now we go to our CMS. We go to, let's say, create new page, click on the image icon. Now we have this browse server button. If we click on this, you can see that we have files and images directory where we can upload new files. Now all this is fine, but there's another thing we need to do. And I'm first going to show you what is happening at the moment. If I'm going to close this pop-up window, we still keep our browser open. If I log out, and now I'm going to try and refresh the page, the ckeditor browser, it's going to redirect me to the login screen. You see that in the URL we have this access check, which takes the last URL I was trying to access and puts it actually into a session. So later on, after the login, I can be redirected directly to this page. So what's going to happen now if I'm going to try to log in the main system? Have a look at this. It takes me directly to the browser. I don't see any navigation, nothing. And obviously we don't want this to happen. So if we can close this browser here. If we go back to our editor, open login.php, scroll down to the line which basically redirects us, which is this if login found user. And what we're going to do is we have this is set session prev URL and true. And now what we're also going to do is we're going to create a new variable called POS for position, str position. And now we're going to use the name of this session. Inside of this, if we find something like pdw underscore file underscore browser, which is part of the path to the browser itself. And now we check if POS equals triple equal false, then we want this variable to have the previous session assigned to it. Otherwise, we simply take the default one, which in this case is pageslist.php. So if we now refresh the page and click login, you can see we are taken to the list of pages because the previous URL, which the session has been created for, is containing this pdw string inside of it.